Hey up everyone and welcome back to the channel. I don't normally do an intro, but I thought I'd do an intro this week to tell you what the video is going to be about. So we normally just go straight in dry, don't we? But here we go. This week sees me messing about at the beginning in a little canoe, my friend Gareth's canoe, because he's got an electric outboard on it and I thought you might be interested in that. So we do that and then we get in our proper narrowboats and we cruise from Ellesmere up to St Martin's. So that's what's going to happen. So I do hope you enjoy. And I'll see you later. Take care. Hey up everybody, I'm just putting on my pirate hat because I'm about to go on a little adventure in a canoe. So let's go. Bye-bye, boat. So we're in a canoe and we're going to take the rubbish to the service point. The lovely Gareth's driving. I've got, look at this, I've got a drinks holder. Fantastic is that? I'm on the rum and coke. Woohoo! I'm now in Gareth's canoe and he's got a big canoe and he's got an electric motor. So let's find out a little bit about his setup now. So Gareth, how big's your shaft?
30 inches from top to bottom. We're running this setup on a 100 amp hour battery. On the lowest speed, about the speed we're going now, we'll get about 12 hours out of it. And on the highest speed, about 6 miles an hour, we'll get about 2 hours out of it.
And that's his battery with his can of beer on the top.
Always have the essentials to hand.
You can't be on a lovely little canoe without a pirate flag and a pirate hat.
Motoring along.
Now we could have stayed out a lot longer on this boat, plundering and pillaging. However, I run out of drink, so we have to go back. So we're leaving Ellesmere today. I've started the engine up, done the engine checks, topped it with oil, and we're going to get cracking. I need to go get water, might as well empty the toilet whilst I'm there. And then we're off, we're heading towards Chirk. So that's today's adventure. So the only pain about today is I've got to cruise down the Ellesmere arm and there's boats all moored down there. It's a nightmare to turn. I don't know why they've put rings all the way around because it does make it difficult. So and apparently there's a very shouty woman in the boat. She's been screaming at all the hire boaters. So I'm going to go and take that challenge on. So unfortunately the shouty lady had left and I was a bit gutted really, but what do you expect if you're going to moor right there on a winding hole where boats are trying to turn? You're going to have a bit of turbulence, aren't you? The joys of boating. So look what I've got. It's Lady Brian, Gareth and Lou on the boat in front have given it to me so we can communicate. So let's just test it works. 1, 2, Lady Brian, this is the rum wench. Are you receiving over?
We certainly are, over.
So yeah, so it's working. So it allows us to communicate a little bit more effectively. We just look like twats doing it. So I'm still following Gareth and Lou off Cruising Crafts. Their boat's called Lady Brian. And Gareth's boat is, well, Gareth's got a big one. It's a 72 footer and mine's only a 57. But the downfall of Gareth having a big one is there's certain canals he can't do being so large. So for example, he can't do the Leeds-Liverpool. Well, he can do up to Liverpool, but he can't go up the Wigan flight and do that side. And he can't do the Calder and Hebble that I did last year, or the Huddersfield. So there is a downside to having a big one, guys. But the upside is all that space and an extra room. Wow, as a liveaboard, that's amazing. So before we set off today, I went shopping, I went to the post office, posted any badge orders that I had in from yesterday. And that's now, we've got a free Slate now. So we don't need to go again now till tomorrow. So it means we've got a bit of a relax. The only thing I'll say about Llangollen is it's very busy, but everyone is in really good spirits. So for example, now in front of us we've got about 6 boats. We can see them when the canal curves round. There's 6 boats going, and then behind us we've got about 4 or 5 boats, maybe more. So we're in sort of like a big convoy, and everyone's going slow. So if you are in a rush, you'd be stressed out. But for us, we're never in a rush. We're just pootling along, going along, so we can take our time, which is the fun of it. But I think if you're on a schedule, like to get your boat back or to the marina or something like that, then you'd be stressed. But for us, it's like, whee, it's lovely. So yeah, and it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful canal. Pudding, you're not having my dinner. And neither are you guys. So I have noticed that the bridge numbers have changed. They were like 65 and 64, and suddenly now they're like 6W, 5W. So I'm not sure why that is. There will be a reason. If anybody does know, please leave it in the comments. Oh, look at these sheep now coming up. Let me show you these. You can tell we're getting close to Wales with all these sheep. It's so lovely being in the countryside, and I can tell I'm in the country now because you can smell it. The smell of the country. Ooh-ar. So I've moored up just before St Martin's Lock. The main reason being is it's a lovely place to moor, and we had cows as neighbours, but they've just run in for the food. And we'll get solar on the solar panels, so it'll be nice places to chill for the day. However, no internet. So yeah, we need internet. We're used to it now. It's awful. You know, in a beautiful location like this, and because we've got no internet, we're not staying. How awful. How awful. Lots of blackberries here, but always remember, get the ones high up, because the ones low down, a dog's probably peed on them. Whee! Top tip. So we're doing an evening cruise now, because the locks have calmed down. There were so many boats going up and down in the locks. And now, the lock's free, so we're going to scoot up and try and get a little bit closer to the town so we get a bit of internet. You'll notice now that I'm towing Gareth's canoe. Because Gareth's boat is too long, 72 foot, it would have meant they'd have to lift it out, and it's very heavy, and carry it up the locks. But because I'm only 57 foot, it can fit in quite safely with me. So that's what's happening. So I reckon we're going to nick this canoe now. We're going to claim it. You see, you tie a canoe to a pirate boat and we've got salvage rights, I'm sure we have. So we've come up the lock now and we're waiting here, aren't we, Pudding? We're waiting because we're just getting Gareth up the lock now. I've got the canoe and it's all good. Look at that way there though. I wouldn't like to get sucked off down there, would you? So I'm just waiting for Gareth now to come up this lock, but how beautiful is this? Absolutely gorgeous. And you're gorgeous too, Pudding. So I do love cruising at this time in the evening, however, it's gone quite windy now and I've got wind air. My hair's been a right mess all day. I'm not going anywhere posh. I'm not going anywhere nice. I'm not going into a pub or a restaurant. I'm just boating. And you guys and YouTube, you don't care, do you? You don't care that I've got boaty hair. So we've got Jackie behind and she's commandeered the canoe and now got squatters' rights.
Charlie Breaker to Rubber Ducky.
We walkie-talkie.
Just to let you know, your keyboard's arrived.
Roger Dodger, Rogering up the wrong un. Yes, thank you. Yeah, that was Gareth telling me that my keyboard's arrived. Because I make my own music, I'm only using a tiny little 25 key MIDI keyboard that connects to my computer, and I wanted more keys, so because he's got friends visiting him next week, I've ordered it to their address and they're going to bring it, so that's fantastic. So I'll be able to make some more music. I think it'll be more over winter when I've got more time to make the tunes up, but yeah, I've been trying to do it every night because I'm either editing or I'm trying to get some music together, so it's been quite difficult, but it'll be a lot easier I think with this other keyboard. So this is our mooring now for tonight. We've all got in our fleet of boats, and this is where we are. So I'm all moored up and we're at St Martin's and I'm going to leave it there, but can I just say a massive thank you to all those who bought me a coffee this week. Wow, guys, you really are. You're making me feel so overwhelmed. It's amazing that you've took some time to log in and spend £3 and buy me a coffee. So thank you so much for that. I've got a list of names. They should be coming along the screens, but if they're not, here's my list of names. So I've got Ralph Ward. Thank you so much again, Ralph. Alan, Jay, Mike Turney. Thank you again, Mike. Wendy and Mark. Thank you so much. And to Richard, Eli, thank you. And Marcia Nelson again, thank you so much, Marcia. So thank you so much, guys. It really does mean a lot. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Take care.